This is regarding the previous episode where you guys were like, oh, how was someone so close for 1 week? Have you met my sister-in-law? She sucked close for months. Then she stayed with her husband and she had her own room. One time, she soaked the bed sheet till the water turned to milk, like pap.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello, all.
The bouncers are annoyed.
What's your problem?
I left my main phone in an Uber and I cannot access the thing. And everything is on that phone. So this is the problem that I'm having now.
Don't worry, you'll get it back soon.
Because this is a poor start to the day.
You'll get it back soon. Well, how was your weekend?
It was good. Except for I woke up with debilitating cramps. What is honestly the issue? That's what I want to know. What's the main issue, with women and all that? What's the main problem?
It's normal. No?
What did we do?
You don't have to do anything.
Do you know that Eve didn't even eat the apple?
Who told you? Who told you that?
No, I know she did it. Because, so if she ate it, what would not have happened?
Do you think the story of Adam and Eve is an allegory or it's like a real thing?
I think it's an allegory.
Because I find it very interesting. I don't know.
Do you think it's real?
That's a verbatim. No.
I think it's an allegory. I also think that it's crazy that the curse on women was men.
But can't you see it in effect?
No, I can see it in full effect. That's why I'm always like, why will you curse me with this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You've cursed me with that. Fine, no problem.
The curse on Eve was the love of men.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
He says you love him and he'll be so wicked to you.
No problem. You've cursed that one. What is the cramps for? How is that involved?
It says in pain you have your children.
I'm not having any children.
That's the point. It's still part of the process. This is all. It's like the reproductive system.
Yes, I learned it.
Exactly.
I was all,
So that was what I mean. Like, it's like we're heading there. So
that was what I concluded was she should have just eaten the whole apple, actually. Well, at this point.
Well, the whole tree.
Well, all suffering, she couldn't eat any apple. She should have finished everything.
But she did now.
She didn't. It's not there.
She said she ate. And when he came, he said, what did you do? She said, somebody told me it's nice.
She ate the apple.
Of course she ate it.
Are you guys sure?
Yes. She ate it and then she now gave him that you to come and taste this thing.
Are you sure she didn't just give him?
Okay.
Let's check this thing.
And they say go to church, you will not go.
No, I went. So me that I even went to Bible school. I don't know what we learned there.
Like, clearly, we don't know what you learned there.
The apple.
She ate it first. And I thought that husband is so nice. You say you don't like us. It's very nice. So try it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Say, oh, God said we should not eat it. What does God know? Try this thing, Jerry. It's very nice. Oh, she ate it.
Okay, it's true. She ate it.
Well, you don't say. You don't
do you know
say.
That I always thought that she just gave him the apple to eat.
She gave
and like a clown.
Of course, she just gave him Weeby. He would have gone by himself.
That's what I was saying. That should we not check?
She ate it.
That should we be in this problem together?
She ate it and then I said, what's that thing? If you've ever worked in a like typical 9 to 5, join me.
Yeah, when they're eating.
They always say, join me.
And you can never make the mistake of joining them.
No, it depends. There's some people that would actually be offended if you don't like.
But I'm always like, why will I be eating your food now?
No, I said it's very few, but there are some people who actually mean it. Especially if people who bring, sometimes like to cook or bring food from home. They're like, you've never eaten anything. I brought meat pie. I brought this one. You didn't eat it. Some people get. When I worked in an insurance company, there was a lady that was like that. She used to bake and stuff sometimes. Like on Mondays, she would bring stuff she had baked. And she actually used to keep record. One day she came, she said, Madam in 10. And I always say, and I make very nice things. You've not tried. And I was actually like, I just thought you were being polite. Somebody ever said, no, they use us tests so that people would tell her, she genuinely like wanted to get feedback. Nice. Like, she said her husband, just said everything she does is nice because he doesn't want to fight. But office people don't care. So yeah, some people do mean it. How was your weekend?
My weekend was fascinating, deeply so. Very fascinating. Do you know, the weekend I had, if I say it, you will not believe it because me, myself, I don't believe it.
Nobody believes it.
Nobody believes it.
Tell them what you did.
I was in MFM.
No, legit. Feyikemi went to MFM 3 days in a row.
I spent most of my MFM. Context. You know, Friends, very dynamic. One thing about Friends, dynamic. Now, in this our Sunday group, dynamic. Jola's birthday came. We did dinner. We went to the clubhouse. Shewa and Leila did birthday. We went to the clubhouse. Mr. John's birthday came. Mr. John called for corporate fast.
Legit.
Mr. John said it's enough.
He was like, you guys,
We have been
look at this
outside.
year.
I want us to look at the state of things.
No,
Mr.
okay.
John said his church is doing 3-day fast and we will all
We'll be there. Appointment with the king.
we will be fasting inside with him. On his birthday, was it fasting?
He didn't do anything on his actual
we didn't do
birthday.
anything on his actual birthday because he said, considering that we'll all be fasting,
Yeah.
we are not. I said, adulthood, the way it would chase you into things.
Yeah, but you know the thing is that this is consistent. I met John in 2013 or 2014, and when I met him, like he always took like corporate fasting at church.
Yeah.
Very, very. He's always.
First of all, Mr. John, we laugh at him. Like, is it church worker?
Yeah,
He's a church worker.
he works in media team.
Media.
If you call
serious
John,
media team.
if you call John on a Sunday,
Brother
he just said,
John,
Brother
you'll be
John in the
hearing
background.
Brother John.
Brother John. He takes it so seriously. He loves his church.
That's how.
He just said that we should
He just said
either
we're doing corporate fasting.
and some of us must follow him
to
to that church.
John just messaged me. I said, what's happening? He said, so how far now that I said, I'm fasting. So I now did mistake. I now said, because I now saw that there was Nathaniel Bassi and Josie. This is where I made a mistake. I saw Nathaniel Bassi and Josie Eko, and I forgot that where they will be is MFM. I just saw them. I thought, those are my guys. I do love a Pastor Nat, a trumpet, all those ones. Love it. Big fan. I didn't do a challenge probably. I did it one day. It was lovely. Nathaniel Bassi, Tobe Chiku, lovely. Everything lovely. So I said, Josie, love. There's one song Josie has on Hinge, lovely. I said, these are my people. So worship, love a bit of worship. Go there singing.
Feyikemi actually really likes that.
I said singing, that is what I love. So I said, John, Nathaniel Bassi is coming. John said, good. John said, yeah, you should come. I said, where is it that if it's on the mainline MFM account? He said, I said, MFM has Lekki branch.
Yes, no.
I said, wow, this is modern. You guys. So I now said, well, anyway, I remember that they don't wear trousers. So I wore boo-boo. Leila too came. Different days, different friends came.
Toby,
Leila. We were exchanging ourselves. Me, I went out this. Different people were my partners in the Kenny. And Mr. John was obviously very present and there.
It's staple.
So John said we should come now. We now said, okay, what will we wear? He said, we should just wear boo-boo. I was not like, between me and Leila, there's like 6 piercings. We didn't remove our jewelry, anything.
One thing I do like about MFM though is they don't have like special.
No,
like there's no like, these seats are reserved.
There was nothing like you could have sat down in front of the stage. There was no.
They don't do that thing that some churches do where the first 3 rows are reserved for like some special people.
So there was nothing like that. Like, and also they're into bouncing you if like your guest is not coming soon. All those ones that you're keeping it back. They're like, please, let's keep everything moving. So I got there first. Then, John came to meet us this one. We were shot there. So the thing is, obviously, before Dulcioka came out, there was MFN's normal service, which I wasn't aware was good. So the thing is, ultimately, I actually had an interesting time because I was like, you know what? It wasn't even a deep thing. As John said, come now. I just said, you know what? Let me go. I've not been to church this year. Number one, which my mom pointed out very strongly that, okay, I invited you to church. Normal church, you didn't go. John.
I think we'll discuss this later.
John invited you to MFM.
We spoke about it a little.
She said you. One of my friends messaged me, I'm so surprised you didn't bust into flames. That you've not been to church this year. When you now said you want to step your foot, you didn't say, let me start small. Let me go for evening service. She said you went, that as you walked in, nobody dragged you that, you need special prayer.
No, but you know what I will say? I think, because John asked me to come and I said no. I do like. So there's a time I'm not going to lie. I was a bit of I was hopping from place to place.
Yeah.
Just all this anything prayer.
Yeah.
Mostly fooling myself. I liked the ritual of it. I liked the performance of it. I wasn't really. I like the performance of I'm going to pray at. I'm going for a prayer event. It wasn't really like I can't lie. Like it was a heart issue. I enjoyed being able. What did you do? I was
praying. So for me, it wasn't even that. To be honest, so when I saw the appointment with King, all of us were laughing at John that waiting be this.
No.
And then he now said, "Oh, it's Esther," and I said, "That's my babe. You all know that's my girl." And the thing is, it's funny because at different points in life, that story. Okay, I want to give you guys context. In UCL in London, Hillsong Church, I was actually leading the fellowship in uni. We don't have to go into it. We don't actually have to go into it. I'm just yanning you people. As in, not Nigeria, with the whites, I was leading, I was saying things. Anyway, it came up. One of my favorite things was this thing of Esther finding favor. Esther going to ask for such a time of this. In a this church place, if I perish, I perish. Love it. So he now said, "Oh, is Esther?" I said, "Hey, that's what you guys would have said now. You just put appointment with Kiki Lode." So I said, "You know what? That's my babe." And I've been trying to do this thing where if I say something, I do it. So, because the day came, I said, 6. John said, "Oh, are you coming at 6?" I said, "Okay, today, Abby. I'm not sure of it." I said, "Let me go." Anyway, so I went about this thing and I just said, "You know what? Since this is what we're doing," if you don't know the Esther story, if you're not a Christian or whatever, she went to the king to add to the king's court and he said, whatever she wants, he'll give her. So that was the whole thing about the program. I said, "God, I'm looking for something for my business and I'm here to hold your trouser." I said, what I'm here for, there's just this one issue that I'm here on. I am, that thing of Jacob wrestled. I said, I'm here. 2 of us are not leaving this place until something happens. I said, so me, I was obviously there for my own. I said, you know what? As I came in, they said, whatever it is that you want to ask for, have it in mind. So I had it in mind and I was calm. I was sitting down. First of all, some things just that I noticed. So obviously, there was a bit of Miramaka going on. They don't wear trousers, they wear scarf. So me, I wore my, peridot scarf, cute, wore my dial-up cute. One thing about Lagos ladies, I said MFM lucky. Lagos big babes were out and about. Silk scarf, silk boo-boo everywhere. I said, this is not the MFM of that year. These babes carried Van Cleef into this place. I said they were here, they were ready. As I walked in, I said, this is truly Lekki Branch. This is definitely Lekki Branch because I said, I'm getting you people. I was actually very surprised by the amount of young people in church. I don't know why in my mind, MFM is just so serious. And
it's like an older people thing.
And it's so like Deliverance. When I saw that they also had strobe lights, I said, this is a crazy one. As I got in, I said, hey, babes. And I said, my friend just said, their party's in MFM. I said, please, I want all of us. I said, I actually want all of us to, this is how I know they're going to send us out. I want all of us to focus on the task at hand. They said, silk, boo-boo, silk. This is not Mary Amaka, this is Maria. I said, you guys, this is why I don't like going to church with fellow people that are not into church. We shall went there, we shall sat down. Now, in the end, this program, obviously they had all these guest people, so that made it okay. But I was just like, I don't know that I can do this full time. The first thing they say, you should hold your neighbor. You should hold your neighbor. I don't even know where Lila was tied, I held one lady next to me. So they said we should hold our neighbor, and I sat down. In a posture of prayer, bowed my head. Obviously, everybody was, they were marching, they were running, they were banging. I said, well, that's not me. So I sat down, bowed my head, prayer. They said you should hold your neighbor and pray for them. I held the lady. So the first prayer point came. She didn't say anything. my hand was doing like this because she was doing like this. My hand was doing like this. I said, no problem. They now prayed, won everything you have lost this year, that God should return it to. She said, my sister, you stand up. She said, my sister, don't be annoyed. This one, you're praying for me, you will stand. I said, you know what, fair. I looked at her, I said, absolutely. I said, you know what, sis, I'm even so sorry.
No, genuinely.
She looked at me, she said, no. She just said, of all the people I could have chosen. She said, please, she just said, my sister, you stand up. She said, you stand. I stood up. She said, Oh yeah. She did my hand like this. Oh yeah. I did like this. I said, let's go. Okay. Pray. I just thought, I'm tired.
Do you know what I do think it is? I think there is so like culture influences whatever it is, like your faith or. So I remember one time I was telling, because I say this all the time. If I go to a church and in the process of speaking emphatically, the pastor starts to shout, I don't hear anything.
You could not have come there.
No, I don't hear anything. It's in the process of preaching, and then preaching emphatically, you start to shout. I stop assimilating because my emotions get engaged. And as soon as the preaching finishes, I then realize that at the point there was like an emotional fervor. I was just purely engaging
in the emotion, not the actual.
But they were nice to you though.
They were very nice to me. Let me know. Like nobody even told me to remove my.
They were very sweet.
The boo that I wore last day, the V-neck was everybody. The lady just said, oh. Yeah, I forgot that like it was backless.
Oh right.
So I came in. John said, I came in. He hugged me. I turned around. He said, FK. What's this? I said, to God who made me. I wore this thing. It was when I got to the car that I said, wait, there's breeze on my back. I said, fuck. So I was trying to use my head to cover it. And the usher lady, she was like, she saw me and she was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, no, I promise you.
They are.
She was just like, nobody cared.
I can't lie.
There were even people that wore like trousers or whatever and they just gave them a scarf to tie like around it. It wasn't, so when you came in, they just were like, oh, no, they didn't tell them to remove it. They just gave them like a long, you could see that they were wearing trousers, but they just gave them something to tie. Some people they just gave them like handkerchief to put on their head. So you could tell that they were like,
makes my mommy laugh so much.
Yeah, they were like, listen to me. I didn't see them being whoop. Everybody was wearing jewelry, but I didn't see them being like, even people that came in trousers, it wasn't a somehow thing. It was just like, oh, you can go over there and grab something to like wrap. So I was surprised by that because there was no energy of...
No. Do you know what I do think about? Because a lot of stuff is culturally led, right? And personal preference. I know this as a preacher's kid. Some stuff is like a personal preference of your teacher.
So what I realized was a lot of different people, I don't understand how, but different people were coming up to do different pastors. A lot of the older pastors were the ones screaming their own people. When the younger people came, you could see the difference clearly.
Yeah. Some stuff is
you could see the difference clearly. Even like the younger pastors wise, they were very fascinated. They were not in Miriamaka. They were dressed up, normally. So it was quite interesting to observe. Anyway, you guys, that's how, first of all, there was one time I was going to the toilet in the middle of the city called Skinny. Somebody said, okay, I wanted to tell her, my sister, you see where we are? This is not a time for discussion. We don't even know what's flying around the site. Everybody should fail. All these things they've evicted, people that are died by fire. I don't know who you are. Just let's wait till after service before we interact, please. I don't know who is who in this place. Everybody came with their own. That's how, hey, you people. Like I said, I haven't been to church this year. Not because of anything. It's just whatever. Nathaniel, don't see. That's how I stood outside myself. I was weeping like a baby.
Really?
I said, okay, you can be moved in the spirit. That's a good 100%. One. I said, that's a wow.
But you've had a tough year.
I said, that is no, because especially songs. Like once your jam really comes on, no, but you're like, this is my song.
But you know the thing? Leila said it yesterday and we were laughing. No, it wasn't Leila, it was Soji. There are some songs that like I get it. great melody, great vibe. There is some Yoruba songs when you are telling God that, see, they're about to disgrace me. If you don't help me, if you don't, and that will be inside the song.
Yes, no, it wasn't even cute. I can't remember what song it was. Throughout, I was just, tuning a left, right, just a nice left, right. I was in the vibe. To see just sang. I did not know when.
Yeah,
Toby looked at me. He said,
no, it'd be like that.
I said, wow, okay, so I know what I was looking at myself now. Wow.
Yeah.
See, I saw another. Anyway, I won't cast him. He listened to this here. So I saw one other influencer there. As the thing was doing him, he wore his sunglasses. My dear, remove your sunglasses. Cry. Let everybody cry well. Let everybody. He wore his sunglasses. I said, after the service, I said, who is fooling who? My dear, we cry. Let's see you. Don't worry. Nobody's looking at you here. Don't worry about yourself. Two of us saw each other. We just said, get outside, everybody will compose themselves. But no, it ended up being, I actually quite enjoyed.
Yeah. I do think those things are important. I went to church on Sunday. I went with Tolly's around. So we went, when does this come out? Yeah, Tolly's around, but we went to church on Sunday. My church is very different.
Yeah.
As you know. But the last couple of times I've been to church, I've realized that, so what was I ignoring it for? My church is I carried my physical. I'm going to make fun of my pastor. I carried my physical Bible. I have one. There's one study Bible I can have. I can't lie. Slightly ridiculous. It's big. That study Bible is big. And I carry Bible for 3 reasons. One, I used to use my Bible app. But trust me, small thing, I'm distracted. So I was like, actually, don't let me carry. Because I used to switch between my notes app and my phone app. I carried Bible. I carried book. After service, my pastor said, He said, Jola, this is serious. So I was like, why are you making fun of me? What other pastor came? She said, this is a serious Bible.
No, it was too funny because let me tell you, I didn't now gauge. There were a lot of things I didn't gauge. So obviously the fasting, I was just like, okay, I fasted till 5 or whatever, or 6, normal. And then I broke. So after the thing finished, we were standing and there was one other person that I recognized, we're just gisting me. I said, me and Toby were now saying, okay, where are we going for dinner? That's how I just said, it's dry fast too. How are you doing here? I said,
yeah, John didn't eat.
No, they didn't eat for 3 days. Me, I ate sha. And so
the doctor will tell you eat. She'll say it. What am I eating to eat? What am I eating for? 10 days? Well, Almi said, don't worry. Who's eating with you? She said that she told God that so my son should die. What will I be doing here? Let all of us go together. What am I eating?
Yeah, so it was quite interesting. Anyway, ultimately, what I want to say, Sha, is I don't know that I'm going to start. I'm not. So one guy came out. He wanted to do a video for his girlfriend. And I said, the funny thing is, I messaged her that I think FK is standing outside church. She said, I promise you, there's no way FK can be in MFM. He showed me the message. I said, let me not lie. Me, myself, I want to say what she's saying.
Me, I thought Feyikemi would go for one day. When John said, she's coming tomorrow, I said, I beg, she's not coming tomorrow. I said, see, we all know how he's doing us.
That's what
don't you worry.
So my friend was like, do I want to go for brunch? I said, if you can give me what I'm looking for.
I will go for the brunch.
I will go for brunch. So I told her, she said, what am I paying for? So I told her, she said, you go to the service. I will see you. She said, you know what? Send me the link. I will also tune in to, because I was like, it's Nathaniel Bassi. She said, I will even join you.
Yeah. But I think he's going to laugh, but I do think it's one of my favorite things about John.
Honestly, it is.
John
he's very dedicated.
He's very dedicated, but then also if I tell John I have problem, the first thing, after we finish laughing, he say, okay, have you prayed? What do you... John was just saying... one of those few friends...
He just kept saying, you guys, why adults? That nobody has to say, why adults? So that I understand, but sometimes, as we were saying, this person, on the last day, it was just 2 of us. He said, it's us that knows what's doing us. So, that you just... I said, by that third day, once Nathan Abbas came, I don't know how to explain it. Everybody was silent. There was people were not even singing. I said, everybody was just like, okay, this thing is ending today. Let me hear that nothing happened.
You know what's killing me?
After fasting for 3 days, you're just like, let me hear that I did not receive.
What made me laugh was that, so we're talking about something that we're doing this week. Feyikemi was not telling John that, and I have to go somewhere. The problem is that they told us that by the end of this week, and I'll be in the middle of that thing. So I don't want God to think that I'm joking.
We're not saying that, and that's how they will call me for what I asked for. Me, I'll say I've traveled. Just to ensure you we go. Because they gave us time frame. You know when they say all those things in the next 7 days. I said, John, I want to say something to you. Is you that I will hold. He said, me. Am I the one that promised? I said, John, I came here, it's you that I'm sitting with. Every day like that. I messaged him this morning, day 1. I said, John, day 1, 9 a.m. So far, nothing. But I will follow up. I'm going to message him when we finish now. 1 p.m. So far, no call, but still going on. I said, John, if we get to day 7, plus
John has boss market,
your pastor, everybody, I'm holding everybody's trousers. All of you fall out. Is it not? Anyway, what I want to say actually about it, if Nathan Abasi is coming to your church any given Sunday, just message me. I'm there. I said I'm there. I don't even know why I didn't do a Hallelujah challenge. I didn't do it, Sha.
No, you are going through a rough time.
But I realized that I really enjoy this man. Yeah. What a lot. The trumpet thing, love it.
If you believe in, because some people don't believe in all those songs. If you believe that there are people that like have, my dad, I don't know how to explain it, but basically there are people that they cultivate such a great relationship with God that is part of their daily. It's not a half performance. They have to check that they've gotten to a level where I guarantee you don't even have to believe. Just go when Nathaniel, because I used to sing in choir. Choir people that have sung in choir, we have tips and tricks to manufacture the emotion of the Holy Spirit. If you are not discerning, you won't understand.
It's just the music.
There are tips and tricks. There are voice tones that we use. So if you know how to manufacture, you recognize the real deal. People are going to cut this out.
I'm very jaded. So most of the time, I'm just, even like a lot, I just sat down and I was like, okay, everybody was jumping up and down. I just sat down. I said, no problem. When it hits me, I would stand up or whatever. But I really actually enjoy. I realized, first of all, I was like, I know a lot of his songs because I don't listen to him. I don't know how Spotify, whatever. But I was like, why do I know all these songs? Just because obviously people play them all over the place. Lovely lad. I really enjoyed it.
I really like him.
Lovely lad.
I really, really like Nathaniel Bassey.
Yeah, him and Josie have a lot of energy.
Yes, they do. That's their thing. That's their ministry.
Yeah, Josie was jumping up and down. I thought, whoa.
That's their ministry. That's what they do.
Lovely songs, lovely lad. Anyway, that's what we did this weekend. And then on Sunday, we now finally, after considering
best in wife,
the fast had ended. Best in wife, John's wife,
because she's not around at the moment. So she organized, she did an overdue. She basically did party for her husband, and it was really cute because John is not really a party person. He likes gifts. Like if John is not one of those people that if you say, "Oh, what do you want?" He does say, "Oh, I don't know." He knows exactly what he wants. He even has a list for next year. He already knows what he wants. So he's a gift person, but she was like, "No, it's a big birthday, and she's not going to be around."
And so our Sunday thing turned into a party.
Yeah, she made sure that we invited some of his own friends as well. And they had fun. So John has some friends that are so funny. We've hung out with them before, but they are so funny.
It was a great time.
So funny. They are these sisters. They are so funny. They are so smart. They are so witty.
It was a great. I really
have high energy. Yeah, we had a really great time, and John was very happy, which is really cute. Again, I hate taking up for men, but there are some ways that men react to people doing nice things for them. That I'm like,
I said because it was very nice, but I was like, ultimately, if you're a babe, to be honest, most of your birthday, your friends have sent you balloon.
They've done cake.
They've sent you cake.
They've sent food. They are going to show up.
That in and of itself, the balloon, cake, food in your house, normal. John was happy. I said, Kai!
Men have really.
It's good that you married well because clearly you've been in the trenches. I said, what is it? He held the balloon like this.
I'm telling you, he was carrying
He carried it. I said, kilo day now.
He was
but
so
I just
happy.
realized that actually men are deeply unaffectionate.
Yeah. So
it's
guy
like,
friends.
I just want to say shout out to all of you that were shouting about your men's day. Why didn't you celebrate it? People might say you won't greet. Did you greet anybody?
Did you greet
your
yourself?
fellow colleagues? Did you greet? So yeah, it was quite interesting.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What else did I do? I was really I think I'm going to be like a hosting ass babe.
Same.
Because Tolani came in and then my other friend Shidera, and I was so excited that they're around. You don't understand this. I talk to Tolani every day. I talk to Chidera very often. When we're in the same house, maybe there's an hour of gisting. But I just like the idea that my people are around. I
it's
love
nice.
it. Even when, so, Shay and Tilewa were asking Bolu, so people do this thing regularly.
They were just like, so every Sunday.
So every Sunday. He says like,
all of you are just
around,
like here. And it's like,
we'll be playing. Because also, I forget that our age sometimes. And we play.
You guys, because I think what makes people more surprised is it's actually, if you come to this thing, there is nothing, you can't name, this is one sensible thing that was accomplished. Now, so rubbish.
Playing.
And it's just a time for just
playing.
Any nonsense opinion you have, that's when you should say it.
We're playing.
Because everybody will take it up seriously. And have a serious argument about the foolish thing you just said.
Saying. Playing. Adult play.
Speaking of foolish things, me and my brother have a thing that we're tabling.
Okay.
Very foolish matter, but
right.
I'd like to know your opinion.
Okay.
You know, in the world of tissue paper,
oh God,
there is. Why are you laughing, Rotimi? I don't understand.
No, don't mind him. It's a very serious issue, Jerry.
It's a very serious issue. You know, in the world of tissue paper, there is like your Andrex, 3-ply, Lux, you know, smooth towel, like proper tissue paper, luxurious, soft. Then there's all this Bell, all this, you know, Kala, paper, all this Kala, all this Bella, all this 2-ply, tearing tissue. So lo and behold, D bought tissue, I bought tissue in the house. So now there was 3-ply, there was 2-ply. Simple question. Obviously, there's upstairs, there's downstairs. 2 toilets downstairs, which guests use. Then our own bathrooms. Very simple question. Which of the tissue should we put for the guests, and which of the tissue should we use for ourselves?
Fancy tissue should be for the guests.
Who and who? So that's what Dekule said.
Yeah,
fancy. I said, sorry, excuse me. I know it's only 2 of us in this meeting. I want to say something. He said, why the hell is my hand up? I said, I want to say something. I bought tissue for myself.
Oh, thief.
He said, but if people come, shouldn't they use the nicer? Maybe they should buy it in the house. My thing was, I bought the 3-ply tissue, which is very expensive. If you calculate it's like 1-2 per roll. So I said, I want to be frank with you. I bought it because it's me that knows what I'm going through. And at a point, you must console yourself in whatever ways possible. So for me, the fancy tissue says to me, this is what you deserve.
So your
life is treating you anyhow, but this is actually what you deserve. Thank you. Now, you people come into my house, okay, very good. It's not that we didn't put tissue for you. Any tissue you see there, should you not be happy about it? Dekle said, no, we should use the normal tissue so that the guests can know that this is a place of stature and panache. When they come into the house, they say, wow, these are Abudus, fancy tissue. Okay. So, because to be fair, one very stupid of our friends came to the house. I said, you guys are buying imported tissue. I said, this babe, she's like, are you guys using Andrex? They're very rich. So anyway, this was the argument you had.
No,
so
I do think that the guests should have nice tissue. Same way I feel like they should also have nice hand wash, nice
Okay, no, they have. What about me?
You can buy.
No, there was not enough. Too. You know that fancy tissue is only 4-pack. You buy. Then the big tissue, 12-pack. That was what happened. So now we have only 4 fancy tissue.
Okay, I think you should have a Russian roulette system. At the beginning of the month, they get the fancy tissue. If you visit me late, good luck to your yash. Genuinely. I think that's how we should be doing it. You just don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get.
It could be a surprise.
I think that's what you should do. Yeah.
Because I now said, apart from this one girl who said we're rich because of the Android, has anybody ever complained about this issue in this house?
It's you people are less busy now. That's why you're having these discussions.
And I just thought it was a topical moment.
Yeah. Also, I had a very interesting experience because the podcast is ending for the season next week, guys.
So sorry, guys.
So sorry about that. No more guests again. But we're talking to Maz, and Maz will come on next season. But you guys, I went for Maz's bridal shower. Mazino did not allow us to know how well do you know the bride?
She didn't. So Maz said,
worship night
no
only.
Again, we're all adults.
And that's her thing. So this is the thing. Even the pastors are laughing. It's only Maz that will say her own bridal shower.
Any shower we want to shower. Tissue paper game. She said, we'll play music.
Sing. Let's pray. Let's pray and praise God and thank God. Leave me alone. Because even Dima came to pick me up because we don't live far from each other. When Dima entered the car, she said, you know what, Jola, it's only Maz. Only Maz can tell us to do this. And do you know the thing? Immediately we saw it. I didn't think of course. It made 100% sense. And it was really nice.
The invitation, I said, who else?
It was really nice. It was really sweet. Like, it was, I don't want to use the word low pressure, but it was wonderful. It was really, really nice. And it was not like, at some point, her husband, because they're legally married now, her husband came, brought her flowers. She was in the middle of her praise and worship. She collected the flower, continued what she was doing. Then we took pictures, we ate food. But she was like, no, I don't want all this. When did they meet? No! I don't want. Boo, tomato. So I'm very excited. She's getting married this weekend and we out here.
Yeah, we'll be, anyway, when we come back,
we'll let you know. Fun time. But I just thought that was, again, I'm bringing this up because I feel like I've mentioned it a couple of times this year. Bring back personality in personal events.
Yeah.
Bring back what you care about in a proposal. Bring back what you care about in your outfit, in a party. Like,
let me know that actually it's only you that can do this thing that you have done.
Because somebody was talking about how like interesting it is that they can probably guess what your proposal looks like.
Yeah.
If somebody says, "Oh, I was proposed to last week," she showed, and the person posted like 6 pictures.
Yeah.
That were all pretty much the same. And for the most part, but that's how society works, right? There is a conventional thing. But what I'm finding more and more is that I think people are afraid or worried, or they're so caught up in mimetic sort of like desire, where you mirror or you mirror what you've seen, and it creates a desire in you that we don't really pay. It's an easy go-to. Outfits look the same. There are very few brides that I've seen and I'm like, oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, like this is how I just wish sometimes people would just give thought to what they care about. You don't have to do your after party like
just
this.
Bride, just even like anything, your life, things,
your
like
clothes,
even your birthdays. I love when people are like, "This is what I'm doing for my own thing," and I'm like, "Yes." That when Joseph was fasting, I said, "Is it not you?
Is it not you?"
I said, "Is it not you?"
Makes sense.
If someone else had said it, I'd have been like, But I said, "Fair enough for you."
Yeah.
It makes so. I like that people are like doing their own.
Yeah.
Their own
and figuring stuff out. Like, Leila and I were even talking about it in terms of like, because Leila is a pretty dope creative director, so she does a lot of things. And she was talking about how sometimes it's really tough when you're working with clients to explain to them how to encourage them to move away from very specific mood board things. Like you want to create something and people are struggling, right? Because if they can't copy,
if it moves anywhere out of what like they see or they know, it's difficult to explore other things, which I get.
Yeah, it was really, 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 really it's something that I'll keep talking about. I think we should just try more. Yeah, I know that it's not.
And to be honest, when those things happen, everyone usually kind of gets on board because it's like, oh, of course, for you, this is what you're gonna do, and it makes sense. I don't know. And it also feels more significant because it's like, it's not that there's anything wrong with you having a normal party or whatever. Just like, I don't know. There's a lot of sameness involved.
Prioritize what you like.
All right, boys and girls, this fantastic episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by AfriChange.
AfriChange is the easiest way to send money across Africa and internationally everywhere.
There are very low fees, no processing time, if any, very tiny, and you get loyalty points the more you use.
Yes. If you are in Nigeria, you can pay your bills in Canada. You can send money to Canada. You can also pay your school fees in Canada directly from Nigeria in Naira. If you are in Canada, you can send money to many, many countries all over the world.
All right, guys. So get to supporting people who support us. Enjoy AfriChange and enjoy the rest of the episode.
That is africhange.com.
Okay, let's do a few dilemmas. Are you ready?
Sure.
The first one is from somebody called Worried for the Future. It says, hi, Jola and FK. Calvary, greetings to you. And if there's a guest, hello. I live in Ireland and I met my boyfriend there. My boyfriend of 3 years treats me like I'm his sibling. We're both firstborns, but he feels the need to assert his dominance as a first child in our relationship, and I cannot stand this anymore. I've thought about ending the relationship many times, and I've mentioned it during arguments too. This method is not working for me, considering this wasn't how I met him. This need to raise his voice, speak to me kind of weird in front of people, and assert control over our relationship is extremely tiring. Because when we're alone, he is the most childish person, and everything is pretty okay, but in public is very, very different. What can I do? I am tired.
Girl, I was smiling. Oh, this is a cute one until he said he's raising his voice, talking to you anyhow in public. My sister, they don't tell people. They don't. Okay, so the thing is, it sounds like it's getting worse. And I don't know, she didn't mention that she has said anything.
She has multiple times.
Okay,
she said she has mentioned multiple times.
I think you know what you need to do. And maybe you wrote here so that we can tell you. But if somebody is acting like in a way that is domineering over you and you don't like it, and you keep telling them and they're not changing, I'm not sure what you are fighting for again. Like, especially because you sound deeply, deeply, deeply frustrated. So if you haven't mentioned it, I would have said, oh, have the conversation and like give him a chance to fix up. You've cuckoo said it. He clearly just sees that this is the way he wants things to be, and it doesn't sound like he's going to shift. And so if you have actually genuinely tried, you've said it, you've expressed yourself in the way he can hear, in the way he cannot hear, all of it, then I'm sorry, I think it should now become clear to you that this is a dynamic of a relationship that is not going to work for you. And that's the point of dating. To find out if the relationship can
work for you.
Now that you found out that it cannot work, you must decide to free it or decide to be content in your frustration. Those are the two options you have. You're either going to free it or you're going to stay and stop complaining.
Yeah.
Those are the actual options. Staying and complaining is the worst case scenario for you personally because you're in increasing levels of frustration. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. It doesn't sound to me like this is a person that is interested in changing or understanding where you're coming from. And it also sounds to me like it is likely to get worse.
Yeah. I do think that I am wary of anybody who feels the need to perform a public persona that requires dominance over another person.
Yeah.
So I had a conversation with a friend years ago, and I remember how she said she was a bit bitter because one thing she really didn't like was how her parents would pretend to be really strict publicly and almost like, well, not strict, but you know how there's a way like some Nigerian parents are kind of like bullies when they are outside in public with their children because they want to show people that, that I'm strict, I'm a no-nonsense person.
Yeah.
And their parents would be really soft, but in public, their parents would do these really weird things but this is not how you behave at home. This is not stuff you care about. And it was very jarring because it wasn't nice. Like, normally you talk to me normally, but if we're in public and I make a mistake, you're like, yelling and you see when we get home. I'm not seeing anything when we get home because we don't do that. Like, what are you talking about? But they realized it was because other people were there and they wanted this persona, this public perception of, I'm very strict, I don't take nonsense. And this is the thing, like they were raised very well, but it was funny but not funny. But I do think it can also be weird. And if you don't like it and you've tried talking to him about it, you have to do something about it. Because thinking about the scenario, surely if I mention to somebody that I'm in a, what's the word? willing relationship with.
Yeah.
This is not compulsory.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm in an optional relationship with somebody, I say I don't like something and I persist being with you while it happens, then I don't care about it really.
Yeah, nothing is
changing. So,
and like there is room for you say something, you give space for people to like
to fix up,
you give them
adjust.
the opportunity to adjust. By the time they're not taking it multiple times, that is also information.
Yeah, exactly.
And like personally, you have to try. I didn't say you should leave him. Personally, that's what I think. But I'm saying you can either leave him or you can stay and understand that this is the dynamic you're going to continue to have. Clearly, that's not what you want to do. So I just think all of us need to be serious about your plan moving forward. You two, you know. I find that by the time you're writing into this podcast, the writing is already on the wall,
yeah.
Sure. So, you know, we all know ourselves. It's fine. There's actually no problem.
Okay, let me see. There's one. In fact, there are even a few. There is one that I was looking at. Okay, yes. This is from Gen Z Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
It says, hello, Jules and FK. Hello, guest, if any. And hello, boys and girls. I had a baby a few months ago. She's almost 5 months now. I'm back to work, but my mother has refused to leave. I haven't asked her and don't want to ask her because how do we even have that kind of conversation? But guys, I really need my space back. I have a great arrangement for childcare while I'm at work that doesn't involve her. So there's really nothing keeping her here aside from the fact that she's very bored and trying to get away from drama at home. She's very recently retired and the situation at home isn't straightforward at all. So I'm losing my mind because as someone that really loves my space and my husband does too, we are homebodies, so we don't go out much. Our idea of the perfect date is to eat great food at home and binge something on TV. And we can't even do that because my mom is always in the sitting room. Capital letters. Please. Look, man, I understand she's getting away from drama here and there, but please pity my mental health. My mother-in-law was also here as well, but she left a month ago because she had to travel. Maybe I should be praying for something to come up so that my mom can travel too. I think I'm going crazy. Let me go and lick ice cream. Anyway, before you say, well, I'm asking single lady, please, I'm not asking you. I'm just ranting. Thank you. Man, can you ask your mommy to leave the house?
Yes.
If you've had a baby.
I can, I will.
What do you guys think? I'm asking people in the studio. Can you ask your mom? Like, if
I would definitely ask her. I will ask her quickly.
Rosimi said he can ask. David, can you ask your mom to like leave the house after some time? Like if you and your wife are feeling like choked.
It's what you want. Personally, all these things, that's it. You know the thing, obviously everybody has different relationships with their parents. What the part I can't relate to is the part where like there's a consideration before asking. I would have asked first. And I know my mom.
I'm trying to think.
I'll first ask.
If I have a baby.
Let me even tell you the truth.
Actually, my mom won't last that long.
There is no house I will have that my mommy wants to stay for that long.
No, it's Omugo now.
I say I'm telling you that there's no house I will have with my husband that my mom feels where she should be is in my house. No, mom is a sort that let's say, okay, we live in Lagos, she'll be in her house. Let's say we don't live in Lagos. Is the house next door mommy will get? Because there's nothing she hates more than, this is how we do our things. She's just like, you and this your nonsense husband. All of a sudden, two of you have rules. Look, don't disturb me. This is what I'm doing. And I can see that's the kind of person she is. So she's just like, whoa. I don't even want any of you to tell me. And she hates any situation where we'll not be saying, oh, we eat plantain on Fridays. No. So I'm not even going to have to ask her to leave. She would have left already. She'll be coming every day. That baby she's not going to be comfortable. There's nothing, she will ask me where I buy these bed sheets. Is this what we eat here? How do I do? There's no way she'll just say that, this is how you guys set up your own guest room. So nice. I think you have to, look, you just had a baby, a big babe.
Yeah.
You need to open your mouth and talk. Don't be rude or anything. She's not going to be happy about it.
No, it's good to feel somehow.
That's actually the fact. But it's okay that she feels somehow. You just had a baby.
Yeah. It's like, ideally, some people really like it for their mom to stay for like 1 year.
Oh.
8 months. No, some people love it too. Like, our mommy is at home. Some people, like, that's their dream. But some people
stay
just...
for a bit, help out. Oh, yeah.
Because the thing is that if you and your husband are... Because you know the thing is that if you're someone like me that's an extrovert, the fact that I feel more comfortable, like, oh, I've left the baby at home, me and my husband are going out. But the thing is, her and her husband,
they're not going out. They want to be inside the house.
They want to watch nonsense on their TV. Mommy is there watching rhapsodies and realities. Ma, please.
I can't it'll be, the truth is, it's going to be somehow. She might have feelings, might get hurt, but you're going to have to tell her. I want you to consider the fact that in this context, you're the one that you just produced human life.
Because but you also have to overthink. Because what if
she has to overthink?
No, because you have childcare now. What if the
woman
now says she's not going? You now need to call mommy, but mommy say, oh, so now
I can't like that's a high price.
Yes, it's a high price to pay.
High price. Your mom on a guilt tripping thing is very high price to very anything that can cause mommy to have the upper hand.
Do you know what we're going to clip this as a thing for social media. So moms should actually your mom should
say
what you do. Because Feyikemi and Jola, one thing about
we don't have children.
We destroy homes.
And so that's actually the truth. The other thing is we don't have children. We've never had this experience. Everything we're saying is very theoretical. And probably a bit silly.
Yeah.
So you guys that have dealt with your mom or your mother-in-law coming to say, you tell us
how she should handle
how she should handle it, how you were playing it out. We were talking about this yesterday at Sunday Kini. I don't actually like the idea of any family member staying in my house
at yours
for any extended period of time. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
1 week is actually the max. Start going home. So
the thing is, I don't mind. I said it before, like my parents were almost missionary. So growing up, our house had people come through. I think there are a few times that I was a bit like, because you want to play, you want to make noise, and it just felt like you had to behave when people were around. Actually, our first house was tiny. So there'll be people sleeping I was sleeping in my parents' room, there were people sleeping in my room, people sleeping in the living room. Like there was just a lot of people around. So I grew up quite comfortable with people staying, because it also meant two things. I was spoilt for extended periods of time because these uncles and aunties, my parents are one of the early people to have children. So these uncles and aunties, they were never tired of me. There was always somebody to play with me, always somebody to help me out, always somebody that thought I was so beautiful and so smart and so clever. So I enjoyed that a lot. And they were from different parts of the country. They were just, so I got like quite a lot of, I don't know, like I felt like, and a lot of them didn't have lots of little people around them. So they used to talk to me like I was an adult. Yeah, so I enjoyed that part, and I got used to, the older I got, the more I realized that a lot of this stuff was 100% born out of need and community.
Yeah.
So they weren't coming
because they wanted to.
On the floor on a mattress in my parents' living room, because this was just the idea of a great time. And I'm sure because my parents didn't have money when I was little, so things were tight, but it was still like everybody was pretty respectful and very kind. Yeah. And I've seen the dividends of it as an adult now.
Yeah.
But I do understand like the importance of having your own space. What I think people always fundamentally forget is it was never comfortable, but these people were highly respectful of the space they were in, and the fact that they were being done a favor by people that they loved, and it showed in the way they behaved. I think there's a very interesting thing where we have this conversation about people being in other people's space where they actively, I'm not allowed, if my only option, I moved to Lagos today, Debbie and I are cousins. We've never really gotten along. But Debbie and I both know that I need to stay at her house.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to be somehow towards Debbie in her space. And I think what we always fundamentally act like is crazy is that expectation is too much for you who is being done a favor to not move mad or not have a crazy attitude while you're in somebody. Yeah. Okay, sure, you don't get along normally, but they are doing you a huge favor, a huge inconvenience. Make it so that this Debbie has to start feeling crazy that why don't I like this girl again? Like while you're in their space, there has to be a thing of why did I say I don't like people being around again? I think that's just like the weird thing sometimes where I grew up with this, so I don't think it's like a big deal. I don't like the idea. I've been hosted a lot by people. I'm not going to lie. But I think it's very important to try, when you're a guest, to go out of your way for them to understand that you being here, you also understand that you're being done a favor and you don't want to inconvenience them.
Yeah.
After the first day of they make, like for instance, Tolani, oh God. After the first day of she started around, she makes food. Which one is every day? What will you eat? Please leave me. Ma, can we pretend I'm not in this house? Oh, what are you doing today? Do I need to? No. Ma, just look away from me. And a lot of my friends are like that. Don't worry. Oh, what are you eating? She's like, oh, have you eaten today? What will you?
Yeah.
Please. Sorry, I'm not here. I'm not here. Sometimes she wants to, I'll go downstairs. She'll be like, what's called? I'll go downstairs. No, please, just forget I'm here. Forget. I think that's the hard part. People who, all that, oh, I don't like my auntie, and my auntie doesn't like me. But you're staying in your auntie's house. Go out of your way for this period of time.
You have to go out of your way.
Go out of your way. All this, I don't like my auntie, can't run. You are in her house.
So like ultimately, and I think people just don't.
They don't understand that.
You don't understand that.
Based on I'm an individual.
So like a lot of times before we got like our own house in London or whatever, when we were in school for A-levels, what will happen a lot of times is like my mom had a group of friends and we were like our own Sunday group. And so what will happen is half term, like 3 families will be in one person's assigned accommodation. Whoever got an apartment that half term will be like 7. And the truth is, there's nothing you can do. This is not our house. Anywhere they put you, anything you do, and the auntie or whoever in charge is just like, listen, these are actually just the rules. When is you people's turn?
You do as you like.
You do your own. And when it was our own turn and people came, you'll do your own. But it's just like, this is what it is.
Yeah, I think about it.
Yeah.
I think about it in different ways. Like, for instance, Feyikemi has children or Bolu or Wale or whatever. Like, my house is their house.
Yeah.
Because we say we don't like staying in people's spaces. But even if it's
if you need to.
If Feyikemi calls me and she's just like, actually, Jola, me and Dekule are not getting on. Can I stay in your house for 3? I'm not going to start saying, this
one. Even if you're irritated, it's just like, well,
people in my
no problem.
house.
Be there.
Yeah, so I think sometimes that inconvenience, we have to stop. Don't approach. I was reading something because my pastor spoke about like offense and like the spirit of offense and how we're quick. You wake up in the morning waiting to find what will irritate you. And I was thinking about how a lot of the times we live life on guard or prepared for offense. Like if somebody's coming to stay with me, I don't need to constantly ruminate on the inconvenience. If the person is someone that I, based on familial bonds or just care, is someone that I care about. If I heard that they had to go through like a really rough time, I wouldn't be happy. So I don't want to ruminate. And it's something I'm doing because I live in my head a lot. And ruminating on what is going to, Lagos is going to annoy me today. I've not had a good day in a long time, even on days I'm at home, because I've woken up prepared
for the things that are going wrong.
Things. And when I heard it, I felt really stupid because I've wasted so much time being preemptively annoyed, preemptively irritated. So a small thing happens and I'm like, of course now, it's not this stupid country. How will I kidding? Like that, of course the day is ruined. Of course, I don't know.
The other shoe is always, you're always waiting for it to drop. You're just like, and once you're in that kind of mood, there are things you just can't
get out of.
Which is why, again, my prayer is, and it's so funny because I like people around, but my prayer is to have a house that has 2 guest rooms. So that all these problems is inside your room, you will face it.
Yeah. I mean, my parents,
and once you have your room, I don't go there. Yeah. I don't have any problem. Yeah. Shared living spaces are normal and good and fine. So like, it's just...
My parents redecorated a room. Oh, you've seen it in the house. And I always, now, any small... See, I can't even explain to you any small thing. My parents say, let them come here.
Let them stay.
If I literally just say, oh, Feyikemi is a bit tired, let's come to the place. You see that money that we paid to do that?
There's someone to sleep there.
People must use it, please. So now any friend, my mom say, yeah, when is she coming? No. There's space here. Let her stay there. And it looks like a hotel. You guys think I'm joking. Genuinely.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So at least a person let them stay there. You say, oh, you think because you're 30, but let everybody stay there. Married friends, let them come and stay there. Anybody should come and stay.
Very nice room, oh.
If there's even more than one, my parents say, your brother's room is also there. And they read that one too. So everything, very nice. Please let them come and stay there.
It's so funny because I just remember that one of my brother's friends lived with us for like 2 years. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Happen.
Just friend. And nothing was wrong with him. His house was on the mainland.
Yeah, my parents' cousin.
When I said he didn't have any pressing issue, he was just like, my office close to your house. And all of a sudden, we just saw a suitcase. So Monday to Friday, I thought you go home you said you're going home on the weekend. This is Saturday. what I'm seeing
There
is
are rocks.
you're not wearing shirts. You're lying down on the couch. What of this? Went to visit her so that there's no food there. You quickly called Mr. Gilbert. I'm coming back. Please make food for me.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, sometimes I just go to the house and he's just lying down. It's, fair.
Yeah. My dad's cousin lived with us for a long time. When she was going, all of us were so distraught. She lived with us from when we lived in a 2-bed, my parents' room and my room. I used to sleep with her on the same bed. We moved, she got her own room. We were so distraught. But it creates a different type of bond. So the friend you're talking about in question, there's nothing he won't do for Feyikemi and Jola. Like, when I mean nothing, literally nothing. This my auntie, if I call her today, I don't even need to say, she won't ask. If I say, Auntie Remy, I've done something, I can't tell my parents, I need you to fly to Lagos. She's not going to ask me to explain more. She will come. If she asks me to do something for her children,
it's one of those things that, like, this guy, it doesn't matter if I've not spoken to him in 200 years. If I see the call, it's just...
it's what it is.
Yeah, you and my brother are the same person in my own mind. So there's just no... So I think things like that, they just happen and you're like, whatever.
You don't build it without that inconvenience.
No,
That's the truth.
That's the truth. Because someone cannot actually live in your house without it being slightly convenient. But like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Yeah. Up next, we have a rant. This one is not even... This person says, FK's flip phone. This is regarding the previous episode where you guys were like, oh, how was someone so close for 1 week? Have you met my sister-in-law? She's so close for months. Then she stayed with her husband and she had her own room. One time, she soaked the bed sheet till the water turned to milk, like pap. I tried not to interfere because our room is far away from our own. The room had a smell that did not leave even after she did. Then as for spraying of private parts, have you met my uncle-in-law too? His own is even worse. He will spray tissue first and then he set it between the cheeks of his yash. When I think of it, my head will be headaching me. Finally, I said maybe girls are licking his bum because he's a sugar daddy. Love the podcast, by the way.
Are you okay? Are you okay at all? In your husband's family, what is going on?
They have hygiene issue.
Why do you know so many details about your husband's uncle?
No, they have hygiene issue in this family.
Because you married into a family of questionable hygiene.
I was overhearing, my mom listens to like a ton of different like preachers. So there was one woman that was talking, and it was really interesting actually about like how to notice patterns in your family and think about how to pray about
like
them.
The hygiene issue.
But the thing is that she was talking about different things. I said, you see, in the family they have hygiene. So now, your children, problem. You have to watch. I know you think I'm joking.
This is a spiritual problem.
But your children, you actually have to figure out how to be like, okay, in this family, they have a tendency
to be dirty,
to have hygiene issue. You guys are laughing. I went to visit my friend last week and I told her that, I'm struggling with something. She's not like, that people see her and think she's very like airy fairy. That she has gone for deliverance before.
Okay.
I said, she said yes, that she has gone for deliverance before. And even when she was going, she didn't fully believe it. She said, Jola, my life has changed.
Are you serious?
She said, okay, be there. That you don't know what your parents have got to go and swear will happen to their bloodline. If something should happen for them. Me, I thought I was just moving. She said that when she first had the idea that maybe I should go and pray about it, she was just like, what would she say she's doing? She said, actually, who do I have to tell? And she just went quietly. They gave her prayer point. She prayed. She said it was not even as dramatic as she thought. And she said, Jola, my life has changed. So people will be telling her, you are doing well. She said, okay, thank you. But now, see, they said you that you're a pastor's child. When I told you I went for deliverance, see the way you're behaving. Who should I not tell?
You know what's actually so funny? Again, in this caucus that we're standing outside MFM service that we were gisting. So someone saw someone else that they knew and the person came. So we're not like, you two, you go to MFM. We asked him that, how did he get here? He said, he doesn't want to tell us. I said, what happened? He said there was one babe he was seeing. That's how he was looking at phone. He said he saw one thing, two things. He said, who am I sleeping with? I did not know when he reached out to MFM online. But sorry, the deliverance, how do you go about it? That they said they do weekend deliverance. That's how he went there for the prayer. And he has been volunteering since then. But in case the thing hooked him, he said, he doesn't yarn people that his one babe from uni that sent email. But I said, do you say you did deliverance? He said, nobody will tell you. He just said that because he saw one or two things on her phone. He said, what are these items? What picture is this? He said, I have been interacting with somebody that's not one of us. He said he contacted them that, sorry, please. I heard you people do Deliverance. Sorry about the sinning. But I just want to say that I think I've done something. I should not have done. Please, how do you people? They told him to come on Saturday. He said,
I'll be there.
I'll be there. And when they finished the Deliverance, he now said, oh, this is what he does. They said, can he volunteer for protocol? He said he will volunteer. That they should not be annoyed. Protocol, he's there. So I was just laughing. He was like, I promise you, if you ask many of the guys that came here, what sent them here? Woman. He said he's laughing, but they've spoken about it before. Many of them that they've done Deliverance is one woman that they said, I don't know if this girl is okay. That's it. I was just laughing because I was like,
so
in my life, I would never have thought,
that's what it is.
Like you're with somebody and you think the person is somehow, and you're like, I
have a guy friend who's convinced that a potential relationship, a babe he had been chasing, it didn't work out because his mother was a praying woman. I said, why? He said that one day in a fit of jealousy, he went to like Koshad, friendly, told him about his exes. He said when he mapped it, after she did them, I hear my badge, like mad. I was like, how can you say that? He said, this is not the time for misogyny. He said, I'm telling you, their life used to ruin like crazy. After that, he said he did the map. He mapped it out. And he said, actually, maybe it's because his mom is praying that he did not date her because he was in love. I said, okay, do you know what? Now I'm sounding crazy. He said, this is why I don't open up to you. That you asked me the honest. He said, I'm telling you that when he was jealous, that he was trying to say, like, what is it about these guys that she's not answering me? I said, okay, she just had this one from 2016 to 2017.
And after that,
2017
downhill.
This one was 2014 to 2015. This one was 2018. I said, And I just said, well, actually, it's not saying you do because the truth is that it's not every food you must eat. I said, okay, thanks. So I just carry my bag. I'm going. Thank you. I said, thank you for this small injury. My own thing is that before I even get to because I've considered it before. Again, you guys have gone through things. I was like, I said, maybe I will go by myself
it's
quietly.
It's not something that ever crossed my mind.
I said, maybe I need to go by Deliverance. So I was
asking him that, how is it? He was like, honestly, they just pray for you.
No, they just pray for you. It's not a big deal.
He was like, it wasn't even that dramatic. He said it, they were laughing. They were even laughing that, okay, this is what brought you here. No problem. Oh yeah, sit down. They prayed for him. They gave him prayer points. Him too, he went to pray. They prayed for him a second time. And that was the end of the Deliverance. I said, okay, was he only? He said, no, there were like 20 people there.
Yeah.
That he could not sign up for individual Deliverance. His case was not that.
It was not that pressing.
Yes. So they did. Okay, all of you have medium problem.
Yes, no.
But that what will happen is there were one or two people that they had to pull out of the group Deliverance. But your case, we must face it as a one-on-one.
I thought about it, but then I didn't realize that I was doing something that I don't like. I like. If you're a Christian and you believe in the Bible, it's very simple. What said there is that God can talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So quite frankly, the only reason I need Feyikemi, I would need to go through Feyikemi is if Feyikemi is a closer friend to that person.
Yeah.
So I'll say, Feyikemi, take me to this friend.
Yeah.
Which is why I think Deliverance kind of is.
Yeah.
Ideally, I should be able to read my Bible, pray, and ask God how he's doing me. Do communion at home and call it a day.
My dear, you know when... Okay, I want to use a concept for you. This morning, for example, we're recording this estate every week.
Mm-hmm.
But this morning, because I came from the near-death cramping experience, my head was not clear. As they asked me for the code that I say every week that I know of it, I didn't remember it. I had to check. You know when you've been far from the Lord, me now that I've not gone to church, in this year. Do you know how I knew that I have not gone to church? When I got there, it was until like the 8th song. Before this Dunsia Eko came on. Just normal praise and worship. I didn't know any song. New songs have come out. They just had to get everybody say, hey, I said, John, are these new songs? Or I don't know. He said, you see. You see. They now sang. I said, hey! But they sang one song from childhood Sunday service, all these new melodies.
You don't know it.
So there's a way you approach God that you see, I don't remember the code.
Who are you?
But I don't.
Who are you to
know he knows you, but for me, I say, sir, first of all, hope everybody's well here. It's been a while. It's been a while. Lovely to see that everything here is going fine. Now, so that's the problem. You have to you approach with long time.
No, it's true.
Long time. You've forgotten how things are there. And, intellectually, you know that, okay, God is not holding. It's you that's holding against yourself. I don't mind.
No, but then there's a context as well. What you said is correct. It's true. It's like, I can ask you for anything because you've been in constant communication.
Yeah.
If a friend from uni comes and asks for a massive favor,
you have to start with something. You have to say, greet me. You have to say hi.
Yeah, there has to be a bit of so I don't know.
You can't even ask me on that day. We'll first go to lunch, catch up. Then the next lunch, that's when you can start. You casually bring it up. I'll not ask you that. What happened? That is when but you can't just approach a stranger. So it's funny because to me, that's perfectly logical.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Perfectly logical.
Okay, final one.
Hello, boys and girls. Hello. So we know how, the cost of living is at the moment. We are all looking for money that can come in. So if you want to, make a little bit of money, you don't want to stress yourself, you can put your money into Bamboo's fixed returns. Yep. Where you can earn up to 8% per year in USD. Yeah. That is United States dollars.
You also don't have to be anxious about putting your money down for an extremely long time. You can put it for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or a year, which is 12 months. Yeah. So like we said, up to 8% a year, you can save that money in Naira or dollars.
Yes, you can.
And if you're interested in what we're saying, you can click this link to get started.
Get into it. You guys will recall that my team won the challenge. So I'm so sure some of you have already jumped on this, but people on Jola's team are just learning about it. There's no problem.
All right, guys. Back to the episode.
Bye.
29, wants marriage, no kids. Am I Delulu? That's the name. Hi, Jola and FK. I'm a huge fan and I love you both. I'm a 29-year-old woman who wants marriage, but I really don't want kids. I know myself very well, and I'm certain that motherhood isn't for me. I get overstimulated very easily, and I honestly can't see myself as a mother. And I used to think I changed my mind over time, but I still feel the same. This decision has made dating really hard because I'm yet to meet a Nigerian man who does not want children. When I meet someone, I try to figure out very early on if they want children, and the answer is always yes. I'm turning 30 very soon, and I'm starting to feel more nervous because it feels like marriage might not happen for me. I also cannot be honest with my parents about this because they wouldn't take it well at all. They often remind me that time isn't on my side, and I just tell them, well, I'm taking the time. Dating has been very exhausting because I end up disappointed when I find out that someone's future plans do not align with mine. Recently, I stopped dating altogether because I'm tired of going through that cycle. I read that men in Western countries are more open to not having children, but that really made me feel worse since I have no plans to leave Nigeria anytime soon. Do you think there's hope for me? And are there really Nigerian men who also don't want children?
So, I think there's hope for you. In life, I think you can have what you want. That's just the truth of the matter. I really... So I was funny enough, I was having this conversation with my younger cousin, Ire. And in the middle of the conversation, I just thought, what are we discussing? So I was asking, I don't know, I saw something on Instagram. I randomly asked her if she believes in like manifestation. And until I realized this is a church baby. She come to quotes me 1 thing, 2 things. I said, sorry, it was just a conversation I wanted to have. Mabinu. Anyway, what I was saying to her was, look, forget, I actually believe you can have what you want in life. I don't think that like people should, unless it's harmful to people, please, I won't say that because there's some things you want that are silly and they're not good for you or anybody else. Yeah. But in this context, she doesn't want to have kids and she wants to marry and have a partner. Cool, that's lovely for you. I think you can have that. The problem is where you have to be realistic is about the pool of people that also wants what you want. See, we were saying it yesterday. If you are a babe that is, I don't know, you're self-assured, you are hardworking, ambitious, whatever, you're going somewhere, you are building a career.
You're kind, you're beautiful.
Even just small standards, you're kind, you're beautiful. Let me not lie to you. And like you want a partner that is, you're equal, you want to be treated in a certain type of way. You are also willing to treat them a certain type of way. You don't want to be with a traditional person. With every single thing you add to this, I'm saying your dating pool is getting smaller 100%. And smaller. The current pool now that in Lagos is the size of one of the potholes on Ozumba. That's
smaller potholes.
That is the number of people that you have that meet this criteria that you have set. And that is just the truth of the matter. Now, everybody will tell you, what does that mean? You should be okay with being on your own till you find the kind of person you're looking for. A lot of people are not okay with that. I'm cool with that. That's fine. Now, on top of all these normal and good things, right? This is why they always say we feel good men or whatever. You now also want someone that doesn't want children. I just want you to understand, I support you. I think you can have everything you want. And I think there are people that don't want kids. The problem is there are very few in this society that will openly come out and say, actually, I'm very happy to not have children. So the thing is, it's realistic for you. I don't think you don't have hope. But first of all, if that's what you want, you need to stand your ground on it, number one. And number two, you need to make sure that whoever you're with is also standing their ground on it. The thing I will tell you for free is that there are very few people that have that. And so you're going to have to find them.
And have it honestly as well.
And you're going to have to be okay with the fact that a lot of people you meet are most likely, like 8 times out of 10, that is not your guy, because that person just normal wants a normal family, whatever. And not even that they desperately want kids, but most people they've just accepted in mind that what's going to happen in my life is I'm going to get married, I'm going to have children. They're not opposed to the idea. You are vehemently opposed to the idea. And I'm telling you, you can't be with someone you need to be with someone that is very okay with you can't be with someone that's like, oh, I don't Go with someone that does not want them. I'm because this thing is very testy.
Yeah.
The issue of children, very, very testy. Let me tell you why. If you end up with someone that also doesn't believe in this thing strongly, by the time your families gather together to tension the two of you, everybody's like, but I don't. It's a very hard thing for people to understand, people who don't want children. Children are a blessing. Children are this one, that one. I mean, they're cute. Good. So I think there is hope for you. I actually have one friend. Maybe I should introduce the two of you. It's true. Anything you see there, because the only thing you people have in common so far is that you don't want the children. Any other thing, you didn't ask me his character, and I'm not telling you. Any other thing you see there, what I'm saying is, on that note, children, two of you are together. Don't say, oh, FK introduced me to someone he broke. You didn't ask about that. What I'm saying is, ask around that you people, do you know anybody that does not want children? Then out of those people that are your candidates, choose one.
Yeah, I do. It's just really hard. I think the truth is that I don't want to minimize.
I don't want to minimize
how difficult this is. Also, is this? I don't know if this is weird to say, but depending on where you are in life, your ideas and what you're comfortable with and what is very important to you, you have to open up your mind to other ideas. So like,
what do you mean?
So for instance, like if you want to date someone who is not at all, who doesn't want children, the odds of that person being extremely religious are low.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
There are things you have to really sit down and what's the archetype?
Again, in this society, you're
archetype?
Unlikely. The odds of them also, like most normal guys who are like fairly traditional, whatever, they're not with you.
They're not with you. So I think thinking about like what the archetype of that person is might help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I actually don't know a lot of people. I can only think of maybe everybody I know, actually. So that's the thing. I was even about to lie. I know one man who doesn't want children.
Yeah.
I know a few people who are extremely ambivalent.
I know one person who, I don't think ambivalence can cut it.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I mean. Like, what I was about to mix the ambivalent ones with. It's only one person, one man I know that does not want children.
I think it's very different because I, in this moment, children are not my priority.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean you don't want
exactly.
them. Yeah.
I've never ever in my life woken up and thought motherly instincts. I really just, I have friends who like, the marriage is even an aside.
What they want about the children. Yep.
What they want is the children. What they have seen themselves as mothers. That whole marriage stuff is cute. But it's a conduit for the kids. And they'll tell their husbands even know that, if I was not here, I mean, she might be a bit upset, but as long as her children are there, do you know what I mean? I have friends that like the dream of motherhood, they've had it for a long time. Whereas I have never really had any dream that has to do with me and small children. But that is not to say that I don't want them. And I think even as I am, I don't think I can be with somebody who like hardline does not want them, because I know myself. I wake up one day
and say,
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
So, and I just think that, I think for me, that is what is hard about this, is that you're sure. And so a lot of people don't mind. But the truth is, I don't think that's enough for what you want. I think I only know one, like I know one person who he has said it more, like it's constantly ending relationships for him because they don't listen to him.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is it like backward thinking for me not to understand why the pressure of 30, considering that you're not time bound by your biological clock, is worrying you?
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
I think to me, it's clear. It's clear. I don't even think there's biology, but I think people use that as an excuse to not say.
So she said, I'm turning 30 soon.
It's the same pressure as outside.
Yes, but like will there be something, will it be valuable for her to try and internally let go of that pressure? Because she's not bound by the same constraints,
of course,
that most people are. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So a big thing she's writing here is that she's worried, she's getting older and she hasn't met someone yet.
We're talking about the marriage.
Yes. But what I mean is that there is a pressure that comes with putting time on it. But a lot of people put that time on it because generally as women, if you want children, like you have to, there's a time on it for you. We don't like it, but that's just the fact.
Yeah.
But for somebody who does not want children, you can still be anxious that you're not meeting people. But it's a different type of work. You have to shed some of that age bound weight. Because for you, it has even less value than it would for most people.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So I'm not saying that she shouldn't still feel under pressure. She shouldn't still worry. Because obviously, if you want to meet someone and you haven't met someone in a while,
it's frustrating.
Yeah, but I do think that
she has to free herself.
There's some help.
She has to free herself.
There's some help that will come with releasing that time bound. I have to do this by this age.
Yeah. Because
a lot of that pressure for women is designed around the worry that if you meet someone much later, the chances of you being able to have what people consider a proper family with children
are not the same. So when you've taken that, but let me ask you a different question on the back of that, and this is just a general.
Yeah.
Do you think? Because I was talking about this with someone, and we had one of those conversations that some of us at the end were like, "This is interesting," because I don't know, like it almost felt like we're not supposed to have this kind of conversation.
Okay.
So the two of us were joking because we went somewhere, and in that friendship group, we were the only two single people. So we're laughing at ourselves.
Well, that hasn't happened to me.
We're laughing at ourselves. So we're just like, anyway. And then she was saying that, she's older than me by like 3 years. Mm-hmm. So she was saying that, to be honest, her own mental hard stop is 35. Not hard stop, but her own mental, like, she was like, look, two of us are the same that, yes, we want to meet someone and like have a partnership that you like. Marriage is not the thing. It is the partnership that is like, I would like to like meet someone. I don't care so much of marriage, institution, children. But in her mind, she was like, when she feels that she's going to get consent is when she hits 35. So we're having a conversation about, is it wrong or whatever? So I was now joking with her that when I came to this year, I was joking with my friend Peter that these are a year of love.
You did say that.
As two of us are now, I want to say between both me, both Peter. Anyway, what he said to me, 11th hour. We still have God of 11. We still have one more month to go for December in love. I don't know why you guys are laughing. What the hell is that? Why did they laugh?
No, we're going to be in love in December.
Yes.
Deep.
What's
Abiding
today?
love.
24.
25th of November. It's a month to Christmas.
I have 5 days to ask to find the love.
Okay, that's a bit.
Because I want to enter the December in the love. So maybe like between now 5th December, that's when the love can ruminate. So that as we go into the Christmas season, it's like, you know what I mean? Into the love. Yeah. You're getting me? Yeah? Yeah. So that's 10 days. It's not bad.
At all.
I don't think it's bad.
Wonderful.
Anything can happen. As I step out now, somebody could just be there. And then we'll just be into the love. But this one, there can't be wasting of time or, you know that one, if I meet today, say you want to go for dinner Saturday, I say, bro,
what are you doing this
We
evening?
have exactly 10 days for this. I said December in love.
Yeah.
And I don't want that kind of 28th December. 12, 13. So that there's still time for pajamas.
I've never done matching pajamas.
Me neither.
Would you think you like it?
To be fair, if I meet someone now and you buy me pajamas, I'll say, bros, come. Please. What's happening?
You know,
Where do you want this picture to go?
there's a video I sent a friend of mine that cracked me up. It was one old Yoruba man, and he was saying in Yoruba that he heard that people are online selling pajamas of 30K. That this economy with no light, instead of you to sleep naked, you are buying something that will tie you in bondage for 30,000 naira. Minimum wage. He was so baffled. He said he heard it too, that he has not seen it, but that's what he heard, and it cracked me up so much. I've never done matching pajamas before.
I haven't. I would like to, but like in a cheeky way. But like when I actually have a family.
I've said one person that used to really like matching colors. So you always say, what are you wearing? What are you wearing?
I wouldn't mind, but let me tell you the thing. I just feel like we have to actually be in a serious relationship for us to be wearing matching pajamas. Because do you know, nothing will irritate me more in my life than me having a picture of somebody with matching pajamas.
Feyikemi, I have a friend
and 2 business days later, that talking stage has finished.
I have a friend whose ex is in most of her graduation photos. That's how sure they were that year. Even we were sure, I can't lie to you. Their love was a unique one.
And so they could have done that pajama.
Now, every time I remember, I promise you by myself, I just start laughing. That he was in her graduation pictures.
You know what? I changed my mind. What is it? I'll wear pajamas.
Oh,
yes. God. Yes. The person I'm meeting.
She said we decolate.
Excuse me, please. Everybody should face their own life. Please. I don't want to be involved. Anyway, my December in love, we're buying pajamas.
Okay.
Yes. Green. I saw on pajamas. That's all we'll buy. Sorry, this is so random. I don't know why I remembered it. The guy that was working in my mother's house, he recently resigned. Okay, so out of interest, I was like, oh yeah, you're going. What does he want to do? Now, when he came, he told us that his dream is to play football.
So, how old is he?
He's 28. It's not about that. It's not about that.
You said
and the way I see him operating, he does not have any energy. But I now thought he was going to say he was going to play football. Jola, and I tell you what this guy said. It took everything in me to just be like, Samuel. So I said, oh, how far ahead they're leaving? He said, yes, they want to start a business. I said, okay, no problem. What do you want to do? He said he's into minerals. So I was not like, as in gold or no soft drink. He's going to Fanta, Coke, Fearless. He's selling it. He's gotten distribution. I said, Samuel. He said, yes, he's opening a shop in the market. I said, Samuel, you want to sell minerals? He said, yes, that his brother is selling.
This country now, wow.
Do you know, at that point, I just said, actually, why am I just said, anyway, okay, no problem, send me your account. I just thought to myself, what? Do you know that I'm very sure that his brother came to him with a business idea? Because the way he said they are going into business, I swear to God, I thought that they were like going to do. These men are bought like 4 crates of minerals that they are selling.
For AO4.
Yes.
Well, actually, we've deviated. We haven't gone back to this
conversation.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were now discussing that we know we say this thing about timeline, but she was like, but is it actually bad to want a thing by a certain time?
No.
Because she was like, in her life, right? She has worked towards career goals in a set time frame. This year, this is the money that I want to make. Not next year, this year. But she was like, it feels, because you can't control it in the same way. And like relationship thing, there's no working towards it. There's no exercise you do every day that is bringing you the person that you want. So you're just living your life. And like, I don't know, I guess maybe you're open to it or whatever. But there's nothing, unless you hire a dating coach or all these things, there's nothing, even that, there's nothing you are doing that by force in the same way of if you do these things consistently every day, your money is coming or whatever. So she was like, but is it bad that, because she sat down with herself and she's like, okay, next year she's turning 35. Does that mean that if that 35 comes and passes, because she already is feeling that sense of failure. But she was like, but is it bad that I want to have it in this timeline? Do you know what I mean?
It's not bad to
I was like, so I was not telling her about my year of love. Obviously coming from a wife.
Why are you meant to be encouraging her?
Yes.
Oh, God.
So obviously when I said this, she said, right, so you don't get what I mean. And I said, that's judgmental. Because you feel what you're saying is more important than what I'm saying. I was very serious about the year of love. I said, my year of love is remaining 1.5 months. Now, 1 month, 5 days. And should I feel failure if the year of love passes? That's what you're saying, basically. She said it's not.
It's not the same thing. But
so we were not talking about it. And I was like, to be honest, I don't think it's bad to want it something. I think what is bad is if it makes you change decisions that you would not otherwise have made in order to serve the timeline. Because I was like, ultimately, I know you. You are not going to force yourself to be in a situation that is not good because of 35. I think you might be sad if 35 comes and you do not fulfill those dreams. But like, at that point, you're going to have to deal with that. Because we were just like, and I was like, there's nothing I personally think that you can practically do to change this situation. Everyone, like, that you're already open, you're out, you're mingling, you've told all your friends that you're interested in people. So
you even adjusted for unrealistic expectations.
I said, unless you want to do Instagram Live.
That was very successful.
That the men should come to the yard. What we'll do is we'll host Instagram Live. Then the men will queue up. Then one will give them 5 minutes. Let them make their pitch to you. She also said that she doesn't think there's a time for me to say this example. I said, I'm just bringing
ideas.
The
thing about you is that you're actually very, 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 very results oriented.
That's the thing. I was actually bringing solution. But she felt that was not appropriate for the moment. I said, fine, I take it back. But anyway, she was just concluding that she can't find it in herself to find it wrong, that is her timeline. And what she's saying is what she just wants is for the whole world to just respond to her time frame, rather than this whole thing where she has to kind of accept everything as it is. She was just like, she doesn't, the point where we ended up in the conversation was, I don't like the lack of agency in this area of life.
Love is such, so now
so what I wanted to ask was, do you think there is any agency? Because I don't think so.
There is some.
Okay.
But not enough. Not enough to carry the full weight of that responsibility.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? I think when I say there is some agency, so depending on what you want, this is...
She wants a relationship with somebody that she likes, who likes her, all these things.
Okay, so there's...
The problem is there's another person involved. she can't.
Do you think us saying that there's agency is there is no agency is like a coping mechanism? I don't believe that. But I'm just
I don't believe there is no agency. But what I'm saying is, apart from everything you can do for yourself, there is nothing you can do about another person's response to you.
Okay, yes.
And I don't mean, obviously, I mean treating them well, whatever. But like, what we're saying is that you haven't met another person. What do you want to do about that?
Yeah, that's true.
Apart from the normal things where like, she already outgoing, you're open to meeting people. You do meet people. Like if people come and talk to you, you're approachable, whatever. Yeah, everything apart from writing on your forehead, hi, I'm single, ready to mingle. She's just living her life normally is what I mean. And like, that's what I'm saying. So she was just like, I don't like that like every other area in my life. I can't. If I want to lose weight, I can go gym. If I want to make money, I've sat down, I've made a plan by this year.
It's so interesting. A friend of mine and I, we had brunch yesterday and she had a number, she had a plan.
Yeah.
Like this is the amount of money I'm going to make.
Now tell me, I want to be in love. The plan.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying, that like, can we be serious? Why is this such an important part of your life? It's now like, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. It just is what it is. Damn.
So when we concluded, I was like, damn, this is really crazy. You have very little agency.
That's massive, baby.
That's massive, baby. Very little agency on the matter. Because she was like, every other thing in her life, she made a plan.
Yeah.
Even I want to be a better friend, you make a plan. You book lunch, you do this, you do that.
Yeah.
She said, now, tell me the plan, love. Oh yeah, show me what she should do, the steps to take. They're none. Not all this walk in a feminine way. To attract a high value man, carry your bag on your left side. Or all these things, you write his name on a paper, you pour sugar, you burn the paper. When you burn the paper,
the sugar,
then
the love,
dream,
the sweetness.
He will dream, he will come to you.
That's juju.
That is jazz.
That's juju.
And people have been burning paper. It's not working. So that's what I mean, basically. Anyway, so this is a conversation we had, that the problem she has with this area of life is that she feels high agency for her life in every other way apart from this. And she was like, guys, girls, everybody kind of, this is the only place where we can be like, we have a plan. Do you get, this is what I'm going to do. And it's weird. Yeah. And I was like, right, there's nothing else for us to say about this. So that was the conclusion of the conversation. And we're by the end, we're both like, yeah, I don't think you're supposed to talk about that. Because now that we've said this, where do we end up?
No, but yeah. Oh, that's, yeah, it's a bit...
It's a bit somehow. It's better to think about fairy tales and Disney than what we just said now. What we said is not sweet.
Damn.
No, it's better to think you go to a banner, somebody will bump into you. Oh, yeah, oh, whoa. Finish.
Fair. So where do we go from here now that you brought it up?
Nowhere. Like my year of love now, what's happening? What happens with it?
I don't know now. How can you ask me? You just told me that nobody can do anything about it.
That's why I came to you. Me and my friend, we didn't have any solution. We thought you might have.
Zero.
Right.
But you know this about me. I'm the worst person to ask about anything. Because I genuinely have such a strong inclination and understanding that this is
we went through the thing is, we went through every area in life where like you can make a plan.
Yeah.
You want to improve a spiritual, like carry Bible, be reading. You want to be a better singer, be doing do re mi every day in the shower. You want to learn how to swim, you will swim. You want your hair to grow. I said, name something a desire that you have that you cannot control, apart from this.
Apart from love.
It's nonsense. Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Ultimately. That's where we ended up.
So
yeah, that was what she was saying. Back to this babe about the note. I just think you need to be very specific. You're very specific. You need a specific person who doesn't want children. And I think you need to be very frank about that. So you are not the kind of person to go on a date and not say that you don't want children.
She's not even dating anymore.
That is also a fact.
Because she's over like the consistent like heartbreak of meeting someone you think is quite nice and then they want children.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I think you have to accept that it might be a bit harder and free yourself from feeling
Well, the
bad about
expectation of
being
ease.
feeling bad about being disappointed that you're meeting nice people and they want children, because most people do.
Yeah.
So most people do. So this is a case where I don't think that it's hopeless, but like I said, I think you just have to be okay with the reality of your feelings.
Yeah.
You might be disappointed because you're going to meet a nice guy and find out that, oh shit, he wants kids. This is going to be an issue, you know? So that's just it. I don't know. And unfortunately, the reason I was saying this whole thing about agency is the problem I have is I can't actually give you any actionable thing to do around you're 29, you want to meet someone by 30. This thing is time and chance. That's just the truth. People like to act like it's more than that. Your character is bad. You met somebody that likes you. I say it's time and chance. It's not about you. Your character is very bad. Okay? It's time and chance. And that's just, there's nothing else to be said.
Yeah.
It's time and chance. So unfortunately, in terms of your timeline, I don't have anything for you to do apart from being okay that it might not be on your timeline because you actually can't control it because there's somebody else involved. That's just it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, dear.
What a shame.
Well,
sorry, love.
Also, like this thing of your parents saying time is not on your side, you have to shut them down.
You have to shut them down.
And you have to be honest with them because there's something to be said about, there's something about asking your parents, are you so deeply invested in prioritizing my own happiness? They're going to fight you. But this is the fact. I want to marry somebody that I like and get on with. And that is what matters to me, not marrying for marrying's sake. And you guys keep putting pressure on me, like I've paraded a barrage of options in front of you that you all thought were wonderful, and I said no. That hasn't happened. So please stop talking to me about this. And you're making me feel bad. You are actually making me feel bad. I think sometimes let our parents get away with, oh, that's how parents behave. You are making me feel bad. You're making me feel small. You're making me feel stupid. And you're making me feel like a loser. I don't like it. I don't appreciate you going on and on about something that one half of it is not in my control. I can meet and love and like somebody and he can just tell me, you're not what I want.
Yeah.
So stop talking to me about this thing. I'm not unique. I'm not special. There are a myriad of reasons why people are not getting married. Our generation is not getting married as much as our parents because of disillusionment, but also the economy. And also like a barrage of things. Like, stop talking to me about this shit.
Don't make me feel bad as if there's something wrong with me for things that are just happening. Like, that's just not what it is. So yeah, I think that, I don't know. I think having a timeline that you want things to be achieved is fine.
It's fine. But it's what you do too.
Being able to kind of console yourself if it doesn't happen is important. Because ultimately, it's not actually in your control.
At all.
And that is one of those things that is very difficult to accept. That there's things in your life you cannot control because like we're adults. You do things. But the outcomes are not up to you. And that is where the challenge comes in. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't even think there are things you are going to end up doing. Just, I guess, be open, you know. Maybe now that you said it, men who don't want children will write into the podcast to say, please, can you introduce me to that lady that also doesn't want children? And then
also, not think they don't want, know that they don't want. Very different.
Very different.
Very
Be
different.
resolved in that they don't want. Because I've seen this thing play out where people change their minds. And it's very hard, though.
And very painful.
It's very hard and painful when someone is married to someone and then all of a sudden one person wants children and you both agree that you're not having them. This thing can run you mad. So I would just say you should go into it with somebody who understands the gravity of the situation.
Yeah.
And it's tough, Sha.
Yeah, good luck to her.
Yeah, good luck to you, my sis.
Anyway, we've come to the end of another fantastic episode.
Lovely time.
Sorry about all my sniffling again. I don't know. Man, I'm tired of my nose. Also, somebody, one raggedy hoe wrote that we should oil the hinges of our door. They're always hearing it in the episode. Like, what kind of ears do you have?
Sorry about it.
So sorry about it.
So sorry about it.
What else is there? People have been trying to guess what Jai Express is. I'm excited about that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cute.
Soon come.
Announcements very soon. Also, a very exciting announcement on Monday. You guys will see it. You won't say it. You just see it. And when you see it, you will like it.
Bye.
That's all. And what else is there? I was about to say something and I forgot.
What?
Doesn't matter. I've forgotten.
Okay, sorry.
All right. You guys know what to do. Like and share and subscribe. And,
Yes.
do all the things. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hello, boys and girls.
No hello.
Okay.
No hello for them.
Okay.
This is not for
Boys and girls
Good.
only.
Boys and girls. I want to ask you a simple question.
Very simple.
Why are 40-something% of you that watch this thing not subscribed?
Very good.
Is it fair?
Very good.
Is it
Other
good?
people's channels that you don't listen to every week, you subscribe to them.
Free
Look at what we
content.
do for you.
Do you pay? You come here, we make fools of
You laugh.
ourselves every week.
Having a great time. Subscribe early. Shit, I don't understand it.
Why would you do that?
Is it right?
No. In case you don't know, no, it's not right. Okay, so now you see that button. Nobody will beat you. Okay, do you know what? You can even cover.
Do it in a shy,
Do it
like
in a shy
mysterious way.
So nobody will.
Just, oh my God.
Click on the subscribe.
Oh my God.
That's all. God
Just
bless
a
you.
light on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.